Good day guys, being here. Today I'm going to talk about topography, so existing and proposed. Okay, but before that, I'll just quickly go through this one. So this one, so you can see all these. It's very complicated pattern. So with so solid and cut out. I don't think we should model them. If you can just use cut out to create a material. If you need to create a rendered image, you can do that. Okay, so if you use model like to create all these patterns, so it will take a long time, and also it will slow your computer, slow your Revit. Okay, so if actually I did a few videos a very long time ago. Probably it's there's no voice, but basically what let's just quickly go through this one. So it's a very short one, so 2 minutes. So basically you can find an image, and then I believe you just need to go to Photoshop. Also, actually this one's slightly different, because this one's trying to create a, so you can see, use a, can't remember which one, so color halftone. See, color halftone. So this one to create this, so it's more like a perforate pattern, so to create a different dot. So you can see I try to adjust the light, so to adjust the size of those points. So those dot. So you can see this is a result. Just make sure it's not overlapping, so all those dots are not overlapping. And then once we create this one, looks like I didn't apply this one to a material, but basically if let's go back to
making a 3D animation movie used to be difficult and time consuming.
Yeah, I think maybe this one talk about how to, yeah, I think that this one's using the image we did last time, and then apply to as a material. So we can so see this cut out, use this one, and you also use the texture for the color and material, and use a cutout as a, to cut those dots. So this one can use a similar method, just to, so imagine you see those transparent or translucent part. You will need to use a dark color, and then you will apply that to the cutout. Okay, so that's all. Let's talk about this one. So this one is about okay, so we have when we have, so you can see that's a topography, existing topography, but sometimes we need to do some cut and fill, and then eventually we will need to show the proposed topography. So you can see this, and also you need to show the existing natural ground. So we need to show all these lines, right? So let's just do it. Okay, so first we're going to create a project. Okay. So first let's just create a topography. So I'm using 2023, so we're still using a top surface. Okay, so let's do a top surface. So first I want to just quickly place some point. So for that's 0 point here, and I'll just add maybe 2 meter on the other side. Okay, so now finish. So you won't be able to see because we're currently in ground floor, and if I go to side plan, so this is it. Because in ground floor, the default, if you type VV and go to T topography, by default the topography is hidden. Okay, so that's why we can't see the top surface. So let's go to side plan. So now we have this top surface. Oh, sorry, Control Z. Now, actually, so let me change this one to existing. So because when we first create an existing top surface, it needs to be existing, right? Okay, so now the next step is we need to use. So you can just demolish and create a new, but I think you can. Let me try. Okay, so I'll just Control C, and I'll demolish. Oh, this is currently is new face. Yeah, demolish it and paste in same place. So now if I let me change it to previous and new, so it won't only show the new. The issue we have for this one is you can see if I select this one, there's no cut and fill. There's no cut and fill. Okay, so it's not ideal, but if you need to calculate the cut and fill, so this is not a good method. So let's Control Z, go back. This is existing. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go to Mass and Site and use graded region. Okay, so now we have two options. So create a new top surface exactly like the existing one. So usually we use the first one, and then click on this. Click on the existing top surface. So this will demolish the existing one and also create a new one exactly the same as the old one, existing one. So now we just need to finish it. So now we have two top surface. So if I change to a face filter to previous and demo, so you can see this is the existing top surface. It's being demoed or demolished. Okay, now if I change it to previous and new, so oh sorry, wrong one. previous and new. Okay, so previous and new. So it will only show this a new top surface, and now we have these. So you can see these cut and fill. Okay, so which means if you do anything, so if you, for example, you edit surface, place more points. So for example, I'll change it to 0. Imagine we just create, cut here. So reduce. So previously this is roughly 1 meter. So if we reduce to 0, means we're cutting this. And then if I finish, so now you can see there's a cut and fill. So there's a 461 cubic meter of cut. Okay, so if I go to 3D view, and this is it. Okay, so now let's just okay, let me think. Maybe I'll just change it back. I'll just delete these 2 points, so it will become the original level. So cut and fill becomes 0 again. Now I'm going to just roughly place a building here. Okay, so I'll just go create some wall, and I'll just use a generic wall. So maybe just do something like this. Okay, so imagine there's a building, so build on here. And then I might just need to increase the ground floor because you don't want to only cut. So usually we just cut halfway. So just half the side cut, half the side fill. Okay, so we can just adjust the ground floor level. So for example, we can just move this up, so roughly here, so that maybe here. Okay, so now this is the ground floor level, so which means we will need to cut this bit, this part, and then we need to fill this bit. Okay, so maybe just let me just add a roof to it. Okay, so, give some overhand and flip, finish, attach. Okay, so now we have a building. So now we are going to adjust the side. So you have let me think. So you can directly edit surface, so and place point. Okay, so but sometimes we don't want, because if so for example I know that this at this point it's 800 above this above the 0 level. So if I place a point, type in 800, so maybe I'll just try to pick that point, and this will actually so we can just place full point, so 1 point on each corner. So if we place this full point, so the side under the house will be flat, but this will, so if I finish this one, so this will adjust all the levels on this side. You can see it will create a very, it's cutting all the way to the top. Okay, and also when it fills all the way to the bottom here. So in reality, we probably don't want this. We only maybe just cut cut to here, maybe at the retaining wall or something like that. And in here, we probably only just want to fill just to here, so we don't want to fill there. So to do this, let me think. Let's just Control Z, cancel. Just go back to the previous one. So to do that, we can just we can do this. So let me show you. So you just edit surface. So you can actually there are different ways of doing this. One option is you can go to massing on the side. You can split surface and then select this and then create. So I'm going to just do this. So imagine I want to fill to this and cut to here. So just draw a shape like this and finish. Now we have two top surface. So you can see one is here, one is here. Right? So now what we can do is we can select this one, select the middle one, edit surface, and select all the points, change them to 800. Okay, and finish. So now what we can do is let me think.
This video doesn't have any glitches and it is clear.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just try. I think I forgot how to do this. If I do merge surface, then what happens? Okay, so no, I don't think this is what we are looking for. Let me just Control Z. Sorry about that. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, so cancel this again. So I think we can just do edit surface and place point and change this absolute elevation to relative to surface and use 0. This means if I place point here, so this will stay where it is. Okay, so if I place a point here, place point here, place point here, place point here, so it will stay where they are. Now I just need to I can't remember. Maybe I'll add a few more points just next to them, and I'll select them. Oops, not this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and change them to 800. So I think, yeah, so it's close. So now you can see, it's really hard to see actually. Let me change the shade.
and click generate audio.
Yeah, you can see
So here you can see
it's
we have
only
different
cutting
moving
here.
audio
You
to choose
might
from.
so
Just play the audio
if you want
and
to
select the
add a
one you want.
retaining wall, you might want
I'm
to
going to choose this
try
one.
to
Is
place
this
them
real?
together
And if
close
we
to
click on
each other,
generate
so we
video,
can place a retaining
Is
wall along
this real?
here, right?
you can see that
And
the lip sync
also
is done and it looks
here,
pretty. Once you're happy with the
yeah, I
audio,
think it's
just right
close.
click on
So now
video
you can see
and click here.
that's this is
Your audio will be
at
downloaded.
the ground floor level,
In the
and
same
then
way,
this is
you can add
where you
background
feel. So we
get the
might
lip
want
sync
to
of all the
just
other characters
drag
too.
it out a
Once
little
you're done,
bit.
we
So
can go to the second step,
yeah,
which is to
so
combine all the scenes
maybe
together
just
and
drag
edit
it
them.
to here.
To do that,
So
click on
yeah, so
the link
create
online
this
code
feel,
Champ. So just click the link below this video,
right?
then click
And
here.
same. So let's adjust this a little bit. So
And
that's the
then we can move
feel
it on.
part. That's the
To
cut
combine all these
cut
scenes, let's
part.
click create new video.
So maybe this one need to go there.
Now select all your
Oh,
video
sorry,
clips,
Control Z. Yeah,
drag
so
it and drop
some
them
more
here.
about more
So
like
let's select the
this.
first scene
So
for
you
our
might
video.
need a little
Drag
bit
it
retaining
and
wall
drop it into
on
this
this
track
side
here.
as well.
In the same way, you can add all the other scenes
Oh, this
one by
one's
one.
not quite right.
You can also play and
Anyway.
see a preview of the video.
If you want to see what it looks like, you can switch this to real.
During the preview,
Yeah,
you
so
would have noticed
like
that
this.
we needed to add voiceovers
So
for
just
previous
make
scenes.
sure that
So let's
the
go to the first
higher
step,
the
which is to add
point is,
voiceovers to the scenes.
outside
To do
of
that,
this
we're gonna
point.
use a tool
So
called
yeah.
11 Lab, which generates
Okay,
voiceovers
so
for the text you provide.
sometimes you need more, so you need more points.
just click the link below this
So
video.
what you can do is you can just
Get
copy
started for
points.
free.
So this is actually
Then
a
sign up with your
good
Google account,
thing about top surface, because you can copy
and it'll take you to this dashboard.
you can copy and paste all the points. But in 2024,
So just listen
I
to
don't
all
think
the
we
voices
can do
and
this
select the one you
anymore.
like.
So I think they
Allow
might
the
need
world
to
live as it chooses.
add it into the top
worries you
surface
masters
in the
Before you
future.
put on a frown,
Otherwise, it will
make
be
absolutely sure
yeah,
there are
very
no smiles available.
I'm going to choose this one.
harder to adjust the
Here
sides,
we need to add
right?
the
So
dialogues. So let's go to
and
gravity
then
right.
oops, Control Z. Okay, so I'll just leave it as it is. So finish
Come back
this.
here,
Now we have
paste it.
a side. So this is a new
Once you're done,
side.
click
And
generate.
if I change to previous
Now if you
and
play the
demo,
audio,
so you can see
In a
this is
world
the
where dreams
original
fly
one.
to
Okay,
you hear
so
that?
now let's
It
go
sounds
to
realistic
side
and
plan.
feels as if a
And
real
I'm going to
person
cut.
recorded
Oh, so there's
But you
already
can
a
download it
section
by clicking
here. So
here.
let's go to this view.
Once
So
you have generated
okay,
them,
so this is actually show
let's add the
all,
voiceovers to our
and
movie.
it's
So just go back to the chat.
it can be helpful when we do this,
Then drag
because
and drop the
when
audio files
so you
we
can
just
see
generated.
both the
Drag and drop the
existing
first
one
audio file
and
here.
the
Paste it where
demolished
you
ones.
prefer.
Sorry,
Then let's do the
you
same
can see
for
the
dialogue
proposed
voices.
one and also the existing one.
Once you're done,
So usually when we
play the
do
movie.
previous and so to
In a realm where dreams take
propose elevation, we use previous and new. It won't show the existing. But for this one, you can, if there's not no other stuff in your so for example, if there's no existing buildings or anything in your view, you can probably just use show all, and then so see this demolished. So you can see the pattern of this demolished side is not this earth, it's all this cross. This is because the setting of the let me just go there, view on the manage, on the face, on the graphic override. So it's this pattern. Okay, so this pattern is overriding the earth pattern. So what you can do is you can right click and use overwrite by element, and then use this one. You can turn off the, I believe you can turn off the, let's try. Okay, yeah, you can turn off the cut pattern, so there's no cut pattern anymore. And then you can also let me try. So we can't really turn off the maybe I'll turn off all these as well. And so now let me just TL thing line. So you can see actually there's multiple lines. Probably it's not yeah, it's not very clear. So you can see multiple lines. But if you just need to show the existing, where the existing natural ground is, you can probably just draw a line over it. So I would just draw a detail on DL. So and then you can just either use a line or sometimes spline is also good. And then you can just do a dash line or hidden line, any line you want to use. So for example, I just use dash line and then just follow the side, and then just draw this.
Then click save.
So we're going to create a JavaScript file to do that.
And your movie will be saved to your computer.
We can go to File, New File.
Okay, and now we can just change the face filter to show previous and new. So it will hide the
When we play the movie,
existing topography. So now we can quite easily. So can maybe just type on natural ground level. Okay, so
let's go to the Play Store.
why there? It's so small.
For remake,
Okay, natural ground level, and then you can just that's natural ground level.
click on image
Right.
quality
Oops,
Click Ultra HD.
rotate.
and click turn off.
Too much.
So select the movie
Okay, so that's natural ground level.
and you can see
Why
that
can't?
it has improved the quality of our video.
Okay, and then if you need to, sometimes we also need to use a fill region to show which ones is cut. So you can also do that as well. So I'll just quickly, maybe this time invisible line is fine. Just draw the shape. This is, so for example, this is a cut, and then you should just choose a pattern or maybe just duplicate. Also, maybe use a color or something like that, and then you can also do this one. That's fill, right? So you can use a different pattern. So yeah, so basically this is how we do this one. So always have a so it's very important to have this existing site. You don't change anything to the existing site. Once you create this one from, for example, from a survey drawing, and then you just keep it there. You don't move it. So you can also ping it. Just make sure you don't touch it. So at least you have something. You have this in the background, so you can reference this. When you do a what is my section? When you do sections, you can always. So if you're not sure, if for example you create create another section. So for example, there's a building to rotate, and then I'll create another sections. You always go to the view, change it to show all or show previous and demo, so you can always see that's the existing natural ground level there, right? So you can either use it, right click to hide all the patterns and only show it as a line, as a dashed line. So sometimes this is good enough, or you just draw a line and then change the filter to previous and new, so you just hide it. Okay, so clear? Yeah, I think that's it. Put a touch and I'm struggle to cannot figure out. Yeah, so basically, so you can see the red line. So you should have a existing topography there and demolished. So once you change the filter to show all, you will see it, and then just draw. You can't dimension the topography, so you probably need to. So for example, if you let me just go back to the other section. So for example, here we have, I'll change it to show previous and demo. Previous and new. So you see, I have this line, but we can't really. Maybe let me change to change it to a red color.
UCI machine learning repository, and basically they just have a ton of data sets
Why
that we
I
can
can't
work with.
duplicate?
And I found this really cool
Okay,
one called
sorry.
Magic Gamma Telescope
We need to.
dataset.
We can't duplicate a line style. We need to go to line style, and then here, in here we can duplicate or not duplicate, create a new. So for example, we have a dash point to 5 pen. So let's create a new one. So I'll just call it red point 25. And okay, and then just 0.25 is 3, so I just use 3 line weight and change to red, and okay, and change this one to dash, and this one's dash tight, so let's just match that. Okay, so dash tight. Okay, so now we can change this line to the dash, the one we just did. Okay, but we can't really dimension this, so you can see. Oh, I can dimension. Oh, hang on. Which one? What did I do?
So in order to do this,
Usually, yeah, we can't dimension this line. So you can option. So here's option. So you can just sometimes you just draw a very short line there. Okay, so and then dimension it. So yeah, I think this is good enough. And sometimes you can also use a reference plan. So go to here. Where's my reference plan? On the right. Where's reference plan?
So with that,
Oh,
I'm
here.
going to first
So
start with some
yeah, because usually I just type RP, so I don't need to look for it. So you can also use a reference plan. So for example, I just draw a reference plan here, and then draw another. Oh, hang on, sorry, this one's solid. Let me just turn it off. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, so you can just create reference plan and then dimension the reference plan. But just be careful, because sometimes, because all these reference plans, they will be visible in other views. So sometimes it will become very, if you have a lot of this reference plan, it will show up in other, so you can see here, right? So if I go to other views, so it will also show in here, So
in order to take a look at,
sometimes it will become a little bit overwhelming, so you have full screen. So let me just try right click, maybe select all, right click, maximize, and then sometimes you will have full screen of this reference plan, so it can be an issue. So yep, I think that's it. Go back to here. So yep, that's it. So if there's any questions, please let me know. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.